You ever feel exhausted after video conferencing with family, friends, and coworkers? If so, you're definitely not alone. Lindsay Bosch talked to an expert who says there's a scientific reason behind Zoom fatigue and an easy way to fix it.
Zoom, Teams, house party, FaceTime, all ways to get in touch with family and friends through video chat.
We're all in this together.
But experts say all of this virtual interaction is taking a toll.
We're all a little bit stressed. So what that means is our bodies are producing more cortisol. That's the stress hormone.
Which can be emotionally draining. Cynthia Erickson is a psychology professor at Metropolitan State University of Denver. She says while we're in these video conferences, most of us are trying to multitask.
Instead of doing two things at once, what we're actually doing is we're task switching. So we're switching from one task to another. Every time we switch tasks, it takes a minute to get oriented, and it's also exhausting.
It's not just the work calls that are affecting us. Erickson says even the calls with our loved ones can have two consequences.
Hello.
One, they're not the same as an interpersonal conversation where we might reach out and touch someone. Also, they remind us of what we don't have.
And by not touching our loved ones, we're not getting as much oxytocin or the feel-good hormone.
For the most part, many of these things are reversible. So as long as you get a good night's sleep, that's something that's reversible for many things. So some of these are temporary.
The structure of our day is changing. Many of us aren't commuting to work anymore. We're not spending as much time getting ready for work either. And instead, we're just waking up and jumping right into it, not leaving much time for ourselves.
I think it's really important to think, okay, what can I do to get fresh air? What can I do to connect with other people? What can I do to get exercise? But we know that we do need sunlight. We do need other people. These things are all really critical for our normal well-being.
And while we're in the Zoom calls, she says to focus on one thing at a time.
Even though it's really tempting to multitask because we have all these computers and all these screens, we get all this information, try to unitask. So instead of being a good multitasker, be a good unitasker.
Hi, baby girl.
I'm Lindsay Boach reporting.
Erickson also says the blue lights from our screens stop production of the sleep hormone melatonin, making it more difficult to fall asleep. So if you have to look at a screen before bed, she says you should adjust the settings to a more yellow light.